Guys, what's up? So today I wanted to show you just my example workout for leg day and to see how it looks like and to see what I'm doing if you're interested, of course. This is just how I train. Before this, obviously, I did some warm-up. I did a bicycle for like stationary bike for I think like it's usually around 2 to 3 minutes. If I'm feeling better, it's 2 minutes. If I feel like crap, it's probably more than 3 minutes. And some leg swings and maybe some body weight lunges. And after that, I first do a few sets of empty bar, like 1 or 2 sets of empty bar. Then I proceed with one plate, which was the previous set. And after that is without any equipment. I usually do 100 kilos. This is around 100 kilos, maybe a kilo or two less, because the bar is a little bit, lighter than the usual bar. And the plates are pound plates, so they have more weight. Some of them have more weight, some of them have less weight, but usually it has more weight. And I did a set of 8 with this, and after that I put my equipment on, as you can see here. And when I put my equipment on, sometimes I do another set of 100 kilos, and sometimes, like here, I just went to 120 kilos. And this is actually, this is not my working set, I wouldn't call it like that, but you can't really call it like warm-up set, I'd say, either, because this actually is, I'd say that this is over 70% of my 1 rep max currently, so it doesn't matter if I came close or not to failure. This is kind of a working set, although it feels like just regular, warm-up set, obviously. But from the body's perspective, it probably counts like a working set. But this is probably where the working set starts, even though very light. And as you can see, I'm just ramping up in weight. This is now 130 kilos for 6 reps. And on this day, I wanted to do 6 reps with 160 kilos, but I usually know how I feel like when I get around 130, 140 kilos. As you can see here, I made like a gesture, it's kind of heavier than it is. And this is 140 kilos, exactly. I wanted to make sure with the little fraction plates, just to be above 140. This fraction place doesn't really matter. This is just like psychological thing. So I wanted to do a 6 reps here, but I went to do 8 reps because it felt heavier. And the reason why I did 8 reps is because I counted this as my true like working set, if that makes sense. So I decided to do 2 reps more. So it was like 120 for 6, 130 for 6, and then it was 140 for 8 reps, which was essentially my, let's say, working set. And I was contemplating if or even to do with 150 kilos, which is now currently, let's say it like that, 150 kilos. And I was debating with myself to do 6 or 8 reps, and I decided to do 8 reps with it. And it felt way worse than it looks on camera, and it felt way heavier. In my mind, I rated it as RPE 7, because for sure I could have done like 12 reps with this, but I decided to like pull back and do 8 reps only, like 140, and not go up in weight, because I didn't really feel it this day. So, you don't really have to push it. And because why? If I want to train consistently for years and years and years to come, I'm not gonna just kill myself in the gym. So I'm gonna pause this video right here currently, just to explain this a little bit further. Because I don't want to kill myself. And if you want to train through a long period of time, especially like me, like I'm squatting now currently still to this day every week. And currently I'm 35. Like you don't see many people who are not into strength training because I don't train for strength, you know. I'm just training pretty much for hypertrophy. And I like squats the best because, as you can see here, I'm essentially doing just very few amount of sets per week, and I'm still like progressing. So a few months back when I started to do this, I couldn't do like 8 reps with 150 kilos. And now slowly I'm creeping up to my old numbers. And before summer, I stopped training for like almost 2 months, I think. And I was like completely detrained. At that point, when I just did a one set with 60 kilos, I had like muscle soreness, like my quads were sore like for like I think maybe more than a week. And I started squatting with front squat, not even with a back squat, because I didn't want to jump in the heavier weights immediately. I started training with front squats because on front squats you are going to use less absolute weight, and which means essentially that you're going to put less stress on your body. Even though with front squats, what kind of stress you are putting really depends on your joints, how you're built, because you could argue that you can put more stress on your body with front squats than with back squats, but that's just a whole other theoretical issue that doesn't really matter all that much. The point being here is that the reason why I'm almost never even coming close to failure on squats is because first of all, there isn't any real reason to do that, because when you are squatting, the squats, I believe that are superior to other exercises for legs, obviously. And, you know, people will debate this, but in the end, everybody knows that, you know, if you want to have big legs, you should probably like at least test squatting. And not just test squatting like, you know, I'm gonna squat for 2 or 4 weeks and that's it. No, you first have to learn how to squat. Squat is, you know, it is pretty technical exercise, and you first have to learn it, give it a shot, and see if it works. And to be quite honest, if somebody is squatting properly to full depth with heavier weights, like, I don't believe you can have small legs while doing that. So that's pretty much what I have to say about that. So this was the last set. I'm going to press play now. So this was the last set, and I decided to do high bar with less weights and not like back off sets or to end the set, to end the workout here. So this is pretty much the whole workout for legs for this day, because I was pretty much trashed. I didn't want to do leg press. Sometimes I do leg press after squats, and I didn't wanted to do leg extensions for this day also, because I wanted to see if I'm gonna get sore after doing reps with 150 kilos. And the last time I did workout with 150 kilos was, you know, probably last year or so. So this is first time in a year that I'm squatting 150 kilos. So it's a big deal for me, which leads to another thing I wanted to say is like, don't compare yourself to others. Like, somebody can be a lot stronger than you, look a lot better than you, but you should never compare yourself to others. Just, you know, keep your head down, work hard, and results are gonna come. So that's pretty much it, what I have to say about this. This is just an example of my workout, what I do for legs. And I have another version of this workout for legs, which is like deadlift focused, but, you know, at some other time I'm gonna cover this also. So see you guys in the next video, and I think that's it for now. Like, bye bye, peace.